Hi everyone. In today's video, we're going to be continuing our series on tools to manage depression, and one of the most important but counterintuitive tools to deal with depression. We're going to be talking about the importance of having fun, even in the context of depression. Now, the thing is, when people are experiencing depression, one of the first things that tends to go by the wayside is having fun or recreational activities and hobbies. And it usually starts slowly, with people gradually withdrawing from activities they used to enjoy doing, maybe because of other stressors or time crunches that are taking more of a priority. And this is very common in depression, as people have less energy than usual and therefore want to focus the energy that they have on more productive or important tasks. I'm not going to go play tennis with my friend because I have to deal with this big project I have to complete for work next week. It seems like a waste of time for me to watch the hockey game tonight when I have so much cleaning and so many chores to do around the house that I've been putting off doing. Now, it's natural that we prioritize our efforts and energy around the things that we deem to be most important at a particular time. And for a lot of people, having fun tends to be lower down on the priority list. Now, this is particularly magnified in depression when people can often experience anhedonia, which is a difficulty experiencing pleasure and enjoyment in activities that they used to enjoy doing. For example, suppose I love reading books, and before depression, I could immerse myself in a novel for hours, really enjoying the story, the characters, and the words on the pages. But during depression, when I pick up a book, the words on the page seem meaningless, the characters seem unrelatable, and the story doesn't engage me at all. In a situation like that, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to read for fun when I don't actually get any enjoyment from reading. And so depression and fun, unfortunately, can fall into this negative cycle that exacerbates the depression. When you're in the midst of a depression, your interest and joy in engaging in fun or rewarding activities, those things that you used to love doing, that tends to wane. And as a result, you stop doing those activities, which contributes to a decline in your mood. And this pattern isn't just the case in depression. Even if someone who wasn't experiencing depression stopped doing all of the enjoyable or rewarding activities they used to do, they'd probably notice that their mood would decline as well. So the key to understand is that depression saps the desire and enthusiasm for having fun, leading to this downward spiral where you don't do things for fun and your mood continues to plummet, making you even less interested in pursuing fun or enjoyable activities. So, therefore, having fun is actually a critical tool in managing depression. But there are a couple of significant barriers that often prevent people from engaging or doing fun activities when they're battling depression. And the first is that many people view fun as an optional part of life, or even a bit frivolous or childish. Throughout our lives, we've been conditioned to think of fun as a reward that you get to indulge in only after you've completed chores and responsibilities. You get to go outside and play only after you've done the dishes. Think about this realistically. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where all of your obligations, all of your tasks, all of your responsibilities were genuinely completed? Have you ever sat down and said, I don't have any chores or responsibilities I could do right now? The answer is probably no, because there's always something more to do, always another task that you could be working on. So if you're putting off having fun until all of your responsibilities are done, what ends up happening is that you're never going to have fun and you're never going to make it a priority. This is what I call the fun pitfall. You don't do anything for fun because there are so many other responsibilities you should be doing, But by not engaging in enjoyable and rewarding activities, your mood declines because you're missing out on all of the activities that used to give you a sense of energy and enjoyment, which in turn makes you less capable of doing the chores and responsibilities that you feel you need to do. And then you get further and further behind. It's critical to understand that fun shouldn't be relegated to the back burner until all of the tasks and responsibilities in your life are complete. While work, family, chores, they're undoubtedly important, neglecting to incorporate fun into your life will only drain your energy and worsen negative feelings of depression. Now, the second barrier that interferes with people focusing on having fun in the midst of depression relates to how you allocate your energy as you start to recover from depression. As people start the process of recovering from depression, it's usually associated with a slight improvement in mood and energy, and this can lead to a tricky trap that depression will set for you. With the increasing energy, you might feel the urge to tackle all of the tasks and responsibilities that you've been neglecting because of your depression. You may have gotten behind on paperwork or household chores or laundry or dishes, and the temptation can be that as I'm starting to feel a little bit more energy, I'll work on all of those things that I've been neglecting. The problem is these types of responsibilities and chores tend to be mundane and they drain energy because they have no inherent sense of reward or pleasure in doing them. Now, you might feel good that your toilet is clean after you've cleaned the toilet, but the act of cleaning the toilet isn't inherently rewarding or enjoyable for most people. So, if you're using up your energy on these mundane and energy out activities, what's going to happen is that your energy is going to get sapped and your mood is going to decline because you've invested all of that energy in activities that yield no energy back to you. So, to prevent this from happening, if you begin to feel somewhat better and your energy levels slowly rise, it's critical to put some of that energy to fun and enjoyable activities. The purpose of these activities is to help replenish your energy and enthusiasm, which in turn allows you to take on those responsibilities and tasks and chores without draining your energy completely. And this is why it's really important to begin to think differently about the purpose of fun. Fun is not frivolous or an optional part of life. Instead, it's a vital and necessary part of a fulfilling and sustainable lifestyle. If you always treat fun as optional, what that's going to do is lead you to prioritize all of the other tasks over having fun, which will just sap your energy and worsen your mood and depression. So, if you recognize the importance of incorporating fun into your life, the next thing you want to think about is what are the steps that you can actually take to build more fun into your life? Well, the first thing is to acknowledge that when you're experiencing depression, you might not initially find these activities enjoyable. Remember, this is an expected result of the anhedonia that is often found in depression. So the key is to persist in engaging in these fun activities, even if you don't find them fun or enjoyable at the start. If you keep doing these activities, eventually the fun and enjoyment will gradually return as your mood starts to improve. Consider the example of someone who used to love hiking, but has found it lacking appeal since they fell into depression. So this person decides to go for a hike, even though the thought of a hike doesn't initially excite them. Now, during the hike, they might notice things like the sunrise, the beauty of the forest, hearing the sound of birds singing. These are parts of the hiking experience that they may not have thought of before, but these observations and experiences over time can reignite the joy and fulfillment that the person once associated with hiking. Now, one of the things that people will often ask me is, What should I do if I can't think of anything that might be fun? Nothing I can think of seems like it would be fun or enjoyable. Well, in this case, if you're not sure about what activities might bring you a sense of fun or joy, spend some time thinking about things that you used to enjoy before you began feeling depressed. Write out a list of what were some of the things that you used to like doing that maybe you haven't done in a while because of the depression. Did you used to love playing a musical instrument, painting, playing video games, gardening? If you're still stuck coming up with ideas, you can look back through old photos over the years to see what were some of the things that you used to do as a way of jogging your memory for possibilities. If you enjoyed those activities in the past, there's a fairly good chance that you could enjoy those activities again in the future. The other thing to do is to talk to friends or family about potential ideas of things that you could do for fun. What are the things that they do for fun? What are things that you may be able to do together with them to have fun? Trying something new might lead to some unexpected sources of enjoyment. And once you have possibilities about potential things that you could do for fun, the idea is to then set goals around engaging in those activities. Now you'll notice I continue to come back to this idea of goal setting because it's absolutely critical in making behavior change. By setting goals that are specific, defining the goals in terms of your behavior, having goals with a clear end line and that are realistic, you can go from having ideas about things that you might want to do for fun to actively engaging in those activities. So the key takeaway is that fun is not a frivolous luxury of life. It's not optional. It's a fundamental tool for managing depression and maintaining a balanced life. So don't ignore the importance of fun, but rather prioritize it as a way of managing depression and enhancing your overall well-being. And if you want to learn more about other ways of managing symptoms of depression, I'd encourage you to check out this video. So that's all for today's video. As always, thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one.